A historic moment in a conflict that has shaped generations. In Iraq's Kurdistan region, PKK fighters say they want to abandon armed struggle and push for Kurdish rights through politics in Turkey instead.
Julia, what might Erdogan be hoping to gain politically from this?
Well, if this whole peace process really turns out to be successful, Erdogan would most certainly go down in history as the Turkish leader who solved one of the longest running conflicts here in the region. It would be a major political win for him, but observers say he's very likely going to use it to prolong his grip on power by getting Kurdish support, for example, for a new constitution that would allow Erdogan to run again for office in 2028. He's currently not allowed to do so. He's also not doing well in the opinion polls, mainly because of the ailing economy. And I should also mention that this peace process with the PKK, with the Kurdish movement, is actually taking place while there has also been an unprecedented legal crackdown on the main opposition party here in Turkey, the secular CHP, the only political force that really poses an electoral threat to Erdogan. And many now say Erdogan is basically trying to silence the main opposition while trying to co-opt the Kurdish movement, all in the interest to extend and cement his grip on power in the long term.
In 1895, the world was startled by the report of the terrible atrocities inflicted by the Turks and Kurds upon the Armenians. Reliable reports show that many thousands have been slaughtered, with every circumstance of fiendish cruelty. The nations through their ambassadors protest and threaten, the Sultan promises, but does nothing. He evidently has not the disposition, if he has the power, to stay the tide of blood. Fanatical Moslems seem seized with a frenzy to destroy all the Armenian men and take their wives and children to slavery or a more lamentable fate. At this writing, January 1897, thousands of widows and orphans are said to be wandering in the mountains of Armenia, perishing of cold and hunger, and they stretch out despairing hands to England and America to save them from total destruction. A thrill of horror has run through Christendom, and a cry is rising from all lands, "Let the Turk be driven out, and come to his end." And yet the selfishness of the nations and their jealousy of each other restrain their hands from arresting this carnival of slaughter and ruin by unseating the terrible Turk. How long, O Lord, how long? Thus all evidence goes to show that the Turk must soon leave Europe. Where will he then plant the tabernacles of his palace? In Jerusalem? That certainly is the most probable point.